Hey y'all. Hey Libra. It's your girl Javy. Hi Breezes. I swear y'all are the only ones I smoke cigarettes with. I love you so much. You're about to get the sun and I'm hanging out in my backyard and the sun is setting right now. The moon is currently full in Pisces at 28 degrees as I'm filming this. And it just felt right. The season of Virgo is closing out and we are getting ready to enter into Libra season. This is the general tarot reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra season 2021, baby. Be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising for daily tarot readings. justj_everything. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. And other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. Now, you get the sun, kicking off your season with the sun, Mars, and Mercury all in your sign. And so there is this righteousness theme that's coming up. All about doing the right thing, standing up for what's right, and taking care of yourself and taking care of your situation, your loved ones, the people that you fellowship with, gather with. Your ruler, Venus, is in Scorpio. Go watch the Venus in Scorpio video. It's fire. And you're craving closeness, Libra. If you are already in a relationship, then things are getting deeper. And you need to pay attention to that. Honor that. Craving closeness, and the thing about it though is that Venus in Scorpio can make you come off kind of crazy. It can be really, really intense. It can be just a lot. So it's important that you pay attention to it. On September 23rd, Venus in Scorpio is going to be opposing Uranus retrograde in Taurus. And so there is something about devotion versus obsession. And possibly a clash that brings perspective. So be open to, keep an open mind to all of the obstacles and challenges that start to come in. On September 26th, Mercury retrograde in your sign, or it's going to retrograde in your sign, and it isn't going to be out of shadow until November. So Mercury is going to be there for a long time. And Mercury being there so long, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Mercury being so long will heavily impact your life because your thoughts will evolve. So your expression will change. You will change. Your life will change because of the words that you start speaking, the thoughts that you start to have. It's really, I think, a great retrograde and a great opportunity for you guys. And I'm trying to rush through these notes because I'm kind of losing light. So bear with me. And that could be something that you're feeling, like you're losing light, like you're losing, like you're up against time. And that is going to alleviate once Saturn goes direct soon. That's going to be coming up. But we will cross that bridge when we get to it. On October 7th, Venus is going to enter Sagittarius, and you're going to be craving your freedom all over again. So that's why I'm like, be careful on what you do now while Venus is in Scorpio, and who you attach to, or who you like, y'all already know. It can really create some great intimacy, some opportunities for deep intimacy, but it also can get you into some shit that you don't really want to be in long term. So honor that. And you don't want to be in a long term, because once Venus goes into Sagittarius, you're going to want that freedom again, regardless of if you're in a committed relationship or not. You're just going to want that like little butterfly wings to flutter. And you're going to crave freedom and also a bigger perspective and deeper meanings of everything that you're experiencing and going through. Your desires are going to be spontaneous, and your desire to socialize is going to fluctuate as well. So just be aware of it, is all I'm saying. On October 9th, Venus in Scorpio is going to be opposing the North Node in Gemini. Excuse me, and you will be like facing the final boss, is how it feels like. Like the final boss, really just stepping into your life's true purpose and like what you like really want to do. So hydrate, light it if you got it, empty your lungs, take a deep breath, because we are asking for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for Libra season 2021, baby. First card out, Seven of Swords reverse. Interesting. This feels like breakthrough to me, not betrayal. Like some of you really getting over a betrayal. This full moon in Pisces, I'm telling you, you're like closing out these ties to these old wounds, these old grudges that you've held. It's like you're getting the hindsight, and that's what this full moon is in Pisces is doing for us right now. It's like making things clear, especially because Neptune is retrograde in Pisces. There is this just like like this real like connecting of the dots is how it feels, Libra. And with this Seven of Swords reverse, there may be some wound that came, or some wound that was with or tied to someone with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements. That's really like you good now. It's like you know, like you're kind of over it. And what flipped out was the Three of Wands. Yeah, it's like turning your back. Really being able to turn your back, going in separate directions, turning your back on this old strife, these old grudges, these old pains. And you may be in a position where you're getting way more practical about your passions, really focusing on the ships that you have put in motion. And you're really focused on what's coming to you, focused on the future, focused on moving forward. And look at this yellow also, focused on really harnessing your willpower, focused on really pursuing the things that you want. And you understand that you can't attain it with all of this baggage, all of these swords, all of this insecurity, this fear, this doubt, this shame, this indecision, this vacillation, whatever it is that that you have been going back and forth about, whatever wounds seem to just like rip open randomly, you're finding a way over the hump. You're finding a way over the sting. Like it feels like it doesn't sting as much. This like these little paper cuts, like these wounds that became paper cuts that now are just like these like healing little cuts that you don't even feel or notice anymore, because you're being really like more consistent and really like focused on getting out of survival mode, Libra. Getting out of survival mode, really like turning your back on the outdated pain. Wow, look at this. The Three of Wands, Three of Swords, and then the Eight of Cups. Turning your back, moving forward, getting out of your comfort zone. But the center of this is turning your back on, it's like it alleviates. Going from the Seven of Swords down to the Three. It's like I'm telling you, it doesn't sting as much. Seven of Swords reversed. Three of Wands, turning your back on how much it hurts and really getting to the root of the problem. Some of you are really getting to the root of why you've been in survival mode, getting to the root of some rage, some anger, some sexual trauma, some sexual issues, really getting to the root of it. And really understanding how to prioritize yourself enough to learn how you specifically need to take these swords out of your heart. And the way that you do that is by stillness. The Three of Swords, the tarot says that the Four of Swords is how we respond to the Three of Swords, which the Four of Swords is getting really quiet, still, prayerful, reverent, and looking at the habits that we've established, the emotional habits that we've established, and turning away from them. Turning away from the emotional habits and patterns that were caused or stemmed from this, that heartache, that pain. One more card, final message for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. For Libra season 2021. And it's like you're going towards your heart. You're going towards what you really feel drawn towards. That Eight of Cups is like you get out of your head, you heal these wounds, and it puts you in a position where you subconsciously start to make healthier decisions. That was too many cards that fell out, and I didn't see any of them. Nothing was flipped over. Ten of Swords, final card. And I know it doesn't seem, but the Queen of Wands on the bottom of the deck, and we'll dive into that in the plunge for sure. But Ten of Swords is, I'm telling you, you're getting out of your comfort zone, moving forward, and it puts you in a position where you really get to lay that, it's like you get the time, you get the stillness, you get the quality time, alone time, the opportunity to reflect enough to put this old version of you to bed. Look at even how the red coat like follows it. It's very much so like step by step. But you get to, and for some of you, this may look like you may be fearful about this, or, you know, it's like everybody feels some type of way about the fucking Ten of Swords. And it's like, no, that is an end. That is a brand new beginning in the realm of your mind. A brand new beginning in the realm of your thought process. In the realm of how you heal your trauma, how you think about your trauma, how you think about yourself, how you talk about yourself, how you talk about your future. And it puts you in a position to move forward. This old version of you, it goes into the ground. What got you here isn't going to get you there. There. And there's a very specific story being told here. It's like you really get to face everything. You get to close out this chapter of really not trusting yourself ultimately. You get to close out this chapter of staying so in your head and staying so quiet, and I'm losing all my light. So we're going to go in and dive into the plunge. Be sure to holler at me on Patreon, patreon.com/justjeverything for the detailed extended version. I love you. Happy birthday, babe. Mwah. All right, Libra, let's get into it. I'm going to start by clarifying the Seven of Swords reversed for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Libra season 2021. Because this really feels like you're putting the indecision that you're so annoyingly known for to rest. Because you ready to not be a groupie and keep it moving. Welcome to the plunge. This is really your season of coming up. I'm going to cover this shit up because you're done going back and forth, done being indecisive, done being fearful, done being defensive, done keeping yourself so secluded, really ready to get back to your true nature and be real social. And you are the gatherer. You know what I mean? And you are the one who is the voice of reason and the social bridge that we all need. And you're really stepping into your power. And Virgo season has brought up, as it's supposed to, a lot of the cracks in the foundation that this season you're moving past. It's like hurt, moving past, hurt, moving past it, hurt, moving past it, moving on. I'll be moving on, moving on, moving on. I'll be moving on by Maya. Go look it up. And there are certain things that you're needing to turn your back on in order to do it. And it's this anguish, this restriction from your independence. Whatever, there's something in the realm of your mind that you have been somewhat working on, but tortured by, that I feel like you're really moving past and turning your back on it, and it's putting you in the position where you are strong enough, safe enough to look at the ways that you've been in survival mode and get yourself out of it and end this train of thought, in that perspective, in that way of thinking, in that way of speaking, in that way of feeling, and really coming into your own. By Scorpio season, baby, y'all ready. And there is this need to, so what does Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising really need to, what advice do they need in order to turn their back fully? Because I feel like you guys naturally stumble into it, but I do feel, I knew the Chariot was coming out. There was something, look at all this yellow that's right here. What you need is your willpower, baby. What you need is willpower. What you need is integration. Learning the lessons from all this dark. Learning the lessons from all this anguish, all of these fears, all of these thoughts, these swords here that are in between. You fuck around and process this ending, this profound evolution, this revolution in your heart, this courage that you have to face your shadow, to face all the darkness that's happened in the past, to face all the insecurity, all the ways that you've kept yourself small, the ways that you've kept yourself hidden and unseen, all of those things, you get past it. Especially if there's something tied with your mother. I feel like also when tied to fear of driving or tied to fear of being in motion or moving on in some way, you're turning your back and you're really getting in motion. I do feel like it is important that you start to be, prioritize your vehicle. If you drive on a regular basis, or if your spouse drives on a regular basis, it's like prioritize fixing the car or doing whatever you need to do to sustain the car to avoid any issues. I do feel like that there is triumph that's coming in. When you are willing to look at it and to put yourself in motion, there's triumph that's going to give you the gumption, the strength, the force, the inertia, the momentum that you need to start to really move forward. And even another on the bottom of the deck, the Death card, in motion, moving onward. Everyone's moving this way. Even she's looking forward on. The Three of Swords at the center of the reading, I'll clarify it just because I know someone will want me to. Please clarify the Three of Swords. But I feel like what's happening is you're getting to the heart of the matter. You're getting to the root of it. The root of the disappointment, the fear, the insecurity. Tracing things back. Where was the seed of doubt planted? Where did we observe this behavior? Where did we learn to put ourselves on the back burner? Where did we learn to stay even if it's toxic, or even if it's not good for us, or if it's not something that we fully want? Where did we learn to self-sacrifice? When did this happen? And really getting to the root of it and uprooting it out so that you can really look at, whoa, what I saw was the fucking Death card. Yeah, this pain is ending. You keeping yourself stagnant is ending. These cycles in your mind and your heart are ending because, bam, you're getting in motion. And you're ready to have a radical change of thought. You're ready to free yourself from these binds in your mind. I'm telling you, and this just came out, and this has been happening since childhood. So some of you are really tracing this pain back to your childhood, tracing this pain back to, and when you trace it back to your childhood and heal these childhood wounds, it puts you in a position to receive differently. The way that you receive love is going to evolve because you're finally out of your fucking head and not tormenting yourself over things that aren't really real or don't really matter. especially if it's something physical. Some of you are really dealing with like your issues with your physical appearance, or issues with your sexuality or your sexual habits or sexual activity. Please clarify the Eight of Cups. And you're going to be required to get out of your comfort zone in order to heal those things. So go there. Don't be afraid to go there. Do the things, Libra. Do the things. Feel the things. See the things. Because you can't have true progress forward until you're willing to accept where you're at. And some of you may be in a place where you have a lot of anguish or heartache that you've been holding on to, or grudges you've been holding on to. And in order to heal it, to deal with it, in order to deal with the anguish, the rage, the anger, the loss, the grief, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone. And for some of you, you're going to have to maybe spend some money in order to do it, investing in therapy, investing in new habits. Some of you, it's going to just be an investment of time because you've been mismanaging your time, or there's been too many seeds planted in one place, and it's time to branch out. Some of you, this may revolve around a move. Like you've put in a lot of money in some place, or in some emotional habit, or in some sort of putting a lot of money into something that you thought was your dream maybe, and now you've got to get out of your comfort zone, investing a lot of energy in something. And before you move, before you get out of your comfort zone, you've got to acknowledge that you need to rest your mind. I'm telling you, the way that you respond when the Three of Swords comes out, the Four of Swords is the proper response, the 3 to the 4. And that is getting restful, prayerful, horizontal, really recovering, allowing yourself to recover, allowing yourself to recharge, to protect yourself in the spirit, and establishing a new foundation in the realm of your mind, establishing a new perspective, a new foundation in the realm of your thoughts and your fears and the way you speak and talk about yourself based on what you learned from this pain. So you need to invest in establishing a healthier mental habits, so that you can think clearly and know which pieces of yourself are to be laid to rest. Please clarify the Ten of Swords. Because you get out of your comfort zone, and then you start to really be like, you'll have access. It's like you getting out of your comfort zone. Some of you, it's like you get access to memories, you get access to the files, or access to some sort of understanding, because you're willing to really look at yourself and really being willing to look at the ways that you are no longer going to allow yourself to be stabbed in the back, to be taken advantage of, to just stay quiet, or to just maintain homeostasis. Like you're not doing it anymore. That version of you is gone. Yeah, look at, and because there is a new beginning, because there is an ending, a lessening, because there is a lessening of this mental anguish and this hurt and this pain. It doesn't sting as much. You get to look at it and begin again in the realm of your mind. So your thoughts are going to change. And when your thoughts change because you start to look at them and focus on them and pay attention and meditate, your words will change. And then your actions are going to change. And when your actions change, bitch, real healing, real restoration, the moon, the stars, your subconscious mind starts to heal. And so you stop to subconsciously perpetuate these same painful situations, because you're willing to look at the shit that is going on. You're really willing to look at it, whatever it is. You're willing to look at it. And it puts you in this position of being more upbeat. Please clarify the Queen of Wands. It puts you in the position of being more upbeat. It puts, oh my God, the Queen of Wands just freaking went crazy. The Four of Wands. I'll take the Four of Wands. I just picked up the Lovers too. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placements that is coming in that is really helping you change your mind, really inspiring you, or you're having a really big like ending with how you think about them, how you feel about them. There also could be like some sort of wedding, or you really being really happy for someone. It's like this new foundation in the realm of your mind. Interesting. Four of Swords. You acknowledge that you need a more stable mental foundation, and it puts you in a position to create one. Not only do you create a more stable mental foundation, it reflects in your exterior world, and you start to create a more stable physical foundation for yourself. Passionate, a stable sexual foundation for yourself, a stable sexual foundation, a stable physical foundation, like energetically, and a stable spiritual foundation that really, it's like you start to have more fun. You in this season, you really like, it may feel rocky, but you really like end it with a bang. And not only just a bang, that bang is you getting back to you. That bang is like you feeling restored, you feeling, there may be some sort of wish that's coming true because all you had to do was change your mind. And once you change your mind, your actions changed. And once your actions changed, your self-worth, your self-confidence came up and rose up, and people were able to notice that. So you're feeling more upbeat, you're feeling more sought after, you're feeling attractive, feeling sexually open and and confident with yourself, because all of that stuff came to the surface and you didn't run from it. You faced it. You let it educate you, and you let it break your old rules. You let new knowledge in that came in, and it changed your mind. You allowed new information to come in, and really you acclimated, you know? Some of you, there are old traditions, old beliefs, that old friend groups, old communities. Your values, your morals, your ethics are changing. You're no longer judging yourself the way that you used to judge yourself. And it puts you in a position of really moving forward, understanding that you have to take the road less traveled. And this road less traveled, it's less traveled because like you've got new information, wisdom, and insight. And it puts you in a position to really like take heed to the calling on your life, to really prepare. Scorpio season's about to be lit for y'all. There may be somebody with Scorpio placements coming in too. But I feel like you allowing this new way of thinking comes in, puts you in a position to make different choices, and then you're going to be willing to listen to the divine the first fucking time that intuition hits, and the dead parts of you, the numb parts of you start to really arise, and it very much so looks like this. You being attractive and charismatic and really trusting in your originality, trusting in your craft, trusting in your passions and expressing yourself, communicating and really drawing people into you, pouring into yourself so that you can pour into your community, into your loved ones, into your little friend, your friend group, your little world, your universe. You can pour into that and it be equal. You not be so drained. You just have to be willing to hear. I love you. You got this. Welcome back to life, baby. Mwah.